Donc nous sommes avec Kim Hiorthøy, qui est un réalisateur de films norvégien. Et nous venons juste de voir son film The Rules of Everything, for Everything, qui signifie les règles pour chaque chose. Can you please present yourself and tell us how you came here? What you passed to be here?
Do you mean like practically how I got here, or I like that?
If you had contacts.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Kim. I'm 44, and I have done many different kinds of jobs in my life. I studied art, and I worked a lot as a graphic designer, and I worked as a cinematographer, like the camera person, and I also worked a lot as a musician.
So you're a really artistic person. You make music, you make movies, but do you practice any other art, or would you like to practice another art?
No, I don't think so. I would like to learn how to be a carpenter, because I've been doing a little bit of carpentry and I'm very bad at it. But I would like to learn how to do that.
Okay. For example, I asked you for arts, but do you like science? Because in that movie you talked about molecules, atoms, etc. So do you like science?
Yes, but I don't have a very good head for it, so I'm not so good at science. But I do think it's very interesting. I think learning is the most fun thing you can do, and that it's overwhelming how many things there is to learn. The biggest problem is time, that there's not enough time.
When you made the movie, did it help you to express yourself without using language, without speaking? Did it help you to express yourself with images?
Yes, but that's a very good question, because I think even if you make a film, it's very difficult to tell a story only with images. And I think that's a classical film school exercise, to try to tell a story without words. But when you see a lot of films, actually there is a lot of words, and a lot of the story is often told with words, also in my film. So it's also difficult, but I think it's good to try to, as much as possible, tell a story with images. There's also another kind of rule in filmmaking called show, don't tell, which is also often hard.
And there are a lot of silent scenes sometimes where you can see, and they speak a lot without speaking. So that's why I asked that. Then in the movie, that the voice of the girl was asking a lot of questions. But did you try to put your own questions in that?
Yeah, it's a mixture of my own questions and questions that I maybe don't have, but I imagine that you could have. But making something is also an opportunity to ask questions. And I think just to think about what kind of questions are possible is in itself fun and interesting. And one question raises another question, which raises another question, and so on.
Yeah, a lot of questions without an
Sorry. Yeah, because you can also, I think there's also another exercise where you can always, no matter what someone says, you can always say why. And then they will say something, and then you can still say why. And then they will say something, and then you can keep going. Yeah.
Just like the little girl and the professor.
Yes.
Why did you see the cat? Okay, really interesting. Do you have other projects after this? Do you want to continue cinema, to continue music, to create something new?
Yes, I would like. I'm trying to write a new film, but I still have this graphic design practice that I do also to make money. So I'm doing that, but and I would also like to write more music. But again, the most difficult thing is time.
So as a graphic design, you like to draw and things. Okay. For example, when you work your movies, do you like sometimes to draw them to imagine them better?
Yes, but I don't do it often enough because I think that I should be a grown up and write on the computer, but I think it would be better if I would draw more.
Um, Now I'll just finish with the movie. Then I have other questions. For example, in the movie, we saw that the mother of the little girl was also a movie realisator. I think is it okay? Director. Yeah, director. She was a director. Did you try to represent yourself, like, because there were a lot of questions, a lot of things, and that woman was experiencing with her house, for example, when the furnitures were gone, she was experiencing doing weird sounds. And also when she was speaking with everyone, she learned how to speak with them to not offend them. So
Mm, maybe in a way, but I haven't thought of that until you asked me now.
that's a question I have. Now, during the movie, while you were making it, first, how many time did it take to make the movie?
It took about 3 years.
3 years. And we take 3 weeks to do something. Oh my god. What are your relations with the actors, comedians, etc.? Were you there speaking with them? What the relation? How was it?
It was good. I mean, it's complicated because I want to be nice to them, but I also want to be professional. But can also. I mean, I had not so much experience as a director, and they were more experienced often. But sometimes I could also feel that actors are too theatrical. So I also wanted them not to act too much, and yeah, it's a negotiation. But it was very fun to work with actors.
Yeah. This is the final question. Um, do you have advices for beginners in cinematography to tell us like go for it, or what are your advices for us?
My advice is to see as much as you can of as many different things as you can, and to never, if someone says that you cannot do it, don't listen to them, and trust yourself. I mean, these are kind of cliches, but I really think they are true. And try to make your own thing, and that doesn't look like what other people make, I think.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you.